Coleman Coliseum, the home of the Crimson Tide. Jeb Hartness is our lead official. Mike Nance and Jason Baker round out the crew working today's game for the Southeastern Conference. Mr. Hartness checking with the scores table, heading to center court, stepping between Newell and Omori, and that was a quick jump there from the Dogs. The ball did not get to its height, and in fact, they'll say by rule that that's Alabama basketball. But here is Sears bringing it front court for Alabama. Mark giving it off to Youngblood between the circles, dribbles left, hands it to Stevenson. Jarrett on the drive, going down the lane, flips it over to Sears, or tried to, but threw it away. Deflected and stolen, and then Stevenson will commit the foul, and you hate that early for Jarrett, you know, trying to get a quick start for the Tide as he's had some struggles.
Silas Demery, one of the best defensive guards in the SEC, gets the steal, and out of frustration, Jarrett fouled him to start the game.
Driving right will be Newell, hands it off to Demery. He'll go right side of the lane, lays it up short. Rebound snatched out of the air by Omori, and Clifford will hand it off to Sears. Mark working from the left wing against Kane. Hands it to Cliff, back to Mark, goes right wing. Tried to throw it back to Cliff, but it was deflected and then goes behind him, and a turnover again for Alabama. 2 turnovers without a shot for the Tide here early on.
This is a good defensive team in Georgia, but that's the second time that Alabama's gotten up in the air a little bit with nowhere to go.
Kane on the drive, left side of the lane, puts up the runner, no good. Rebounded again by Cliff, outlet pass again to Mark, and he'll bring it ahead, firing it to Sears on the right wing, or actually to Nelson. Grant with a layup, couldn't get it to go, and Grant will go to the line to shoot 2. As
Balance, it'll be 2 free throws coming up for Grant.
Grant Nelson at the stripe, where he knocks down the first free throw.
He's changed his shooting motion over the course of the summer, was a much better free throw shooter a year ago, and this time, even though the free throw went down, he really took his time, and Cliff Omori got in the lane way too early, an obvious lane violation.
So unfortunately, no shot there. 1 point for Alabama after the made first free throw from Nelson. Here's Newell on the spin, the block by Nelson, rebound fought for, but going out of bounds and not establishing position back in play before he grabbed the basketball was Godfrey. So Georgia turns it back over to the Crimson Tide.
Really nice start for Cliff Omori on the defensive end. Couple of defensive rebounds, then comes over with help side defense. Nice job initially by Grant Nelson to turn him back to Cliff Omori, who gets the block shot.
Sears front court, working against the defender, Demery. Hands it to Nelson. Grant driving to the elbow, kicks it. Stevenson, corner 3. Glad to see that go through. The bank first three-pointer for Jaron Stevenson to get him a good start and put Bama on top 4-0.
No hesitation by Jaron Stevenson in the corner, and you could see how much that made shot meant to him. He was pumped up after it went down.
LaFew with the runner got it to go with the right hand, and Dakota LaFew able to get it to drop, cutting the Bama lead in half. 4-2, Crimson Tide leading Georgia here in the early moments. Bounce pass was kicked, and they didn't call it, and here comes Georgia the other way after the third Bama turnover. Man, I thought that was a clear kick. Instead, Georgia driving and then getting a layup for 2 with the left hand. A nice move by Demery to even things up at 4 apiece.
Demery wants to drive it, not as much of a three-point shooter. Went right by Mark Sears for the easy lay-in after the Sears turnover.
Omori handing it off to Stevenson, top of the arc. Kicks it in the corner, Nelson. Spots up, 3, halfway down, it popped out, and the rebound controlled by Kane for Georgia. Demery now on the drive, puts it up, blocked by Nelson, and then deflected out. Sears to Youngblood, spinning away from traffic. Sears, right wing, 3, partially blocked by the Dogs, and now they'll run the other way. Nate wanted a foul call, no whistle. Dogs get into the far corner, LaFew. LaFew had it stripped away. Actually, it's a tough break for Bama because Mark had literally taken the ball away from the Georgia player in a quick whistle.
The foul on the block shot against Mark Sears, but that's when he probably should have pump fake and take it in the lane.
Leaner from 12, no good by LeFew, and another board for Cliff. I think he's got 4 already. Mark, deep 3, right side, no good, and the rebound tipped out of bounds by Georgia.
In the lane, goes off a Bulldog.
Inbounds coming from the baseline. Sears to Nelson, back out to Sears. Mark giving it left side to Youngblood, now to Nelson in the left corner. Nelson trying to back his way down. They double team him, shoots a jump hook, wouldn't go. Tip is good though by Amori, and Clifford Amori playing really, really well in the last couple of ball games for the Crimson Tide.
Cliff Amori with his 4th rebound, playing well on both ends of the floor.
I think they shorted him one somewhere. It's Kane with it, top of the arc, handing it off near side. Newell tries a 3, it's no good. Rebound claimed by Georgia. The putback is good as well by R.J. Godfrey, and I think they're going to get Amori for the foul. Tide. Free throw up, and no shock that after the miss, the rebound's claimed by Mo. He has been fantastic on both ends of the floor, but especially on the glass. Bounce pass goes to Nelson from Sears. Layup is good for 2. Another great feed from Mark to Grant, and the Tide goes back up 8-6.
Something that was so successful in Starkville, pick and roll between Mark Sears and Grant Nelson. Nelson showing you patience and able to finish off the glass.
LeFew with it, back out to Kane. He'll try a deep 3, and that's a brick. And the ball's knocked out of bounds, touch last, they say, by the Crimson Tide. Nate Oates with his 5 on the floor. Georgia with the ball out of the timeout. Newell trying to spin away from Mo Diabate, spins into a double team as Aiden Sherrill is there to greet him. They find a man cutting to the basket, then they'll feed it off the glass and in for 2. Santos Surreal able to get it to go. A tough shot for him in traffic, and he ties the score at 8 apiece. Here's Philon giving it off right side to Sherrill. Sherrill will hand it to Diabate. Mo will drive to the baseline, cut off, spin, shoots with the offhand, and got it to go.
He was going to pass it out to LeBaron Philon, but decided to spin back, and that was a beautiful move with his offhand.
And then a push by Philon.
Of Mo Diabate, one of the toughest players in college basketball, but also very crafty around the basket.
He was late getting off of the screen there on the inbound.
Coach, but Georgia got their NIL situation much better than it had been, able to get players like Asa Newell.
Nate Oates wanted Newell badly to wear crimson rather than red. He hits both free throws. We're tied at 10. Here's Holloway with a dribble left side. Gives it up to Sears, top of the arc. Mark fires it back to Aiden. Catch and shoot 3, and man, is that fun to watch. When he gets it going, got it set, knocked it home. Another bank first 3, and Bama leads it 13-10.
And he's playing with so much confidence in this Nate Oates system that if he can get it off, you feel like it's going in. He didn't have much room at all. Let it fly, nothing but net.
Tyron Lawrence in the game, dumps it to Newell, who's posting up with Diabate. Goes underneath the basket, kicks it into the corner. Squaring and shooting and missing the 3 there was Georgia. And here comes Bama running the other way. Reed giving it off to Diabate, now to Sears, who steps through. Back out to Aiden. He'll drive and dish. Sherrill, corner 3 by Aiden to Aiden, and we got the bucket off of it. 16-10 Bama. Dogs running the other way with Lawrence working against Holloway. Lawrence to the top of the arc, Surreal. Bounce pass inside, another bounce pass left side of the lane. Layup missed by Newell. Rebound controlled by Sherrill. Outlet pass to Sears. Mark driving to the corner. Keeps the dribble alive. Played through a lot of contact. Gives it off. Reed, he'll try one. He'll miss that one. Rebound though, fought and claimed by Diabate. And a foul's going to be whistled on the Bulldogs.
One of the best rebounders in college basketball on a per-minute basis. When that ball went up and I saw Mo Diabate, it was between him and a Georgia Bulldog. There was no doubt who was going to get it. Mo Diabate went and got it.
Throwing it away as Diabate had moved. Now Georgia will throw a lob and they'll miss it. And then the rebound attempt is knocked out of bounds by the Dogs. Nate Oates is livid, but we're thankful we didn't lose anything there off that turnover.
You don't want to let one mistake turn into 2. Alabama made the mistake by turning it over. Guys didn't cut the way they needed to with their underneath out of bounds play, but Aiden Sherrill, who just hit the 3 a couple possessions ago, hustled back and forced what looked to be an easy layup into a difficult one.
Bama up 16-10 as Phylon will give it off. Sherrill driving in, and he got hacked.
And he got hacked because of how aggressively he went to the basket. Beautiful pass by LeBaron Phylon. Aiden went up and was attacking the rim, trying to throw it down, and because of that aggressiveness, forced Georgia to foul, and he'll go to the line for two.
Up his first. And Sherrill hits the first for the Crimson Tide. And the McDonald's All-American hits two.
That's an 8-0 run for Alabama in the last minute and a half. Couple of threes, a couple of free throws. Alabama looking good on the offensive end when they've taken care of the ball.
12:55 to go here in the opening half. Georgia with the basketball. Bama the 8-point lead that Brian referenced. They'll drive in. Phylon deflected it.
LeBaron Phylon's been bothered by an ankle injury, but playing through it, hopefully have some time off the midweek bye as Georgia has to get a timeout before the turnover.
Trying to trigger it in this time is Silas Demery. Does get it into Surreal, and now they go top of the arc to Lawrence. Lawrence back near side to Demery. His fall away from 15 is no good. Good box out initially by the Tide, then a scramble for the loose ball, then kicked out of bounds by Phylon. Man, a lot of...
Well, is just, unfortunately, couldn't hold on to it, and the hustle play by LeBaron Phylon, unfortunately, went off of Bama.
Demery out. Blue Kane comes in to replace him for the Dogs. Kane with it off the curl, faked the shot, gives it back off near side. Dylan James for three is no good. And the rebound's controlled by Phylon for Alabama. LeBaron will bring it front court, plays off the screen from Sherrill, who's left alone. Tries another three, hits another three. The big fella getting it done early for the Crimson Tide.
And another assist from fellow freshman LeBaron Phylon. Kicks it out to Aiden Sherrill, who's had one of his best offensive games of the season here in the first 8 minutes.
And great job defensively by Mo Diabate holding his ground. James guilty of the offensive foul on the push to the throat that was clear right in front of the officials, and it brings us to a media timeout. 11:59 to go first half.
Cliff Amore, he's dealt with injuries, and freshmen, you want to see them get better as the year progresses, and that has absolutely been the case with Aiden Sherrill.
Bam in the midst of an 11-0 run, last 2:45 plus as Sears is back in, fires a pass to Youngblood, steps to his right, shoots a three, bottom.
Speaking of hot, coming off 23 points in Starkville on Wednesday night. No hesitation there, didn't have much room, let it fly and knocks it down.
Shane Montgomery into the ball game at a guard for Georgia as the Dogs work it to the elbow, and Dylan James dribbles right, hands it off to Montgomery, puts up the runner, it's blocked, saved by Nelson but controlled by Georgia. It's Kane on the drive, fires the skip pass near side, three missed, rebound fought for Amore, and Newell tied up, and the arrow's going to favor Alabama.
The strength of Cliff Amore is a reason for that jump ball. That should have gone to Asa Newell, and Cliff Amore won't get credit for a rebound, but he was able to tie the Georgia Bulldogs up. Alabama will get it back on the change of possession, and the Crimson Tide playing so well on both ends of the floor. Now a 14-0 run over the last 3.5 minutes.
Here comes Bama, bring the ball front court to Sears. Sears dribbling left, tried to force a bounce pass that was a little short, deflected and stolen before Nelson could get a hold of it. Now the Dogs will drive in, tough layup attempt, no good. Scramble for loose ball, and Nelson comes out with it. Grant will bring it front court, fires it over to Youngblood. Touch pass to Sears, who was ready to pull the trigger, but dropped it, now gets it back, drives in, lays it up, had it blocked into the hands of Cliff. His dunk attempt should have been whistled for a foul, as Brian said, and now Cliff's gonna get called for one at center court. Taking Amore out with 6 boards to put Sherrill in with 8 points. Dogs with a basketball, Bama on top, 24-10. They'll throw it into the low post right side to Newell, trying to back his way down. Newell, jump hook with the left hand, missed everything but the backboard. And the rebound's controlled by the Tide. Here's Nelson front court with it. Dribbles to the wing, circles away from traffic. Over to Mark, spots up, three, short. And the rebound is tipped and saved by Georgia. Bulldogs able to corral it. Bama with the ball, Bama up by 14. Georgia with the basketball. Little runner with the left hand is good by Lawrence, ending a 14-0 run over almost 5 minutes. Now Sears driving the other way. Lost it off his leg, out of bounds. Possession will belong to Georgia. Mark wanted a whistle for a foul, but none was forthcoming.
Right now, Mark Sears struggling on the offensive end. 0 for 4 from the field and 4 turnovers. Like his aggressiveness on that play, but he's made some mistakes on the offensive end. Give Georgia credit, but Mark not playing his best the first part of this game.
Nate Oates talking to him for just a second before he heads to the bench, replaced by Aiden Holloway as the Dogs have it to the top of the circle. And James now near wing. They go to Montgomery. Dumps into the low post to Newell. Spinning right. Now goes left. Stops. Needs help. Boy, Sherrill, a great job on him defensively. Stolen away by Nelson initially and then picked up by Sherrill. Here's Bama front court. Stevenson driving into the lane. Needs help. Gives it to Youngblood. Ball batted around. Out of bounds. Touch last by the Crimson Tide.
This time, just picking up your dribble where you didn't need to. Jaron Stevenson didn't have anywhere to go.
Dogs throw it into the low post. They deflect it around, but stolen away by Youngblood. He'll throw it ahead, and the ball's batted in the air and taken away by the Dogs. Team swapping turnovers. Georgia goes in, misses a dunk on the left side by Montgomery, and now Bama runs the other way. Nelson underneath. Had it knocked away, got it back. Youngblood, 3, no. And the long rebound run down by Georgia, and the Dogs will grab it and run with it. A lot of action, but no productivity on either end.
Alabama's turned it over 4 times in the last 3 minutes, but getting stops defensively.
Blocked by Nelson, picked up by Newell, and then he spins and lays it in for 2.
Before that make, Georgia was 1 for their last 12. Alabama getting it done defensively, but giving Georgia opportunities by turning it over.
Youngblood in the corner, spinning into the lane. Lost it on the way up, scrambled for the loose ball, knocked out of bounds by Bama. That's Stevenson, who was going for the loose ball. Unfortunately, couldn't control it. Loses it out of bounds. 5 on the floor for Nate Oates, 4th-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide, trying to pick up victory number 19 on the year overall, trying to keep Georgia from getting their 16th win on the season. Here's Sears on the drive, the dish in the corner. Mo, 3, in and out, no good. Rebound tipped into the hands of LeFew for Georgia, and the Dogs will run front court. Lawrence throws it low post, shot blocked by Nelson, but they'll get Aiden Holloway on the foul down low on the season. Able to make the first, missed the second, and Mo clears that miss for the Crimson Tide. 24-15, Bama with the ball in the lead. Nelson with a dribble to his left, picks it up, needs help, fires it back to Mo in the corner. He'll drive, he'll fire it out. Holloway, bounce pass, Nelson, right side 3, no. Long rebound, fought for and claimed by Georgia. LeFew will work it ahead to Lawrence. He'll go down the lane, whips a pass into the near corner. Around the horn they go with it to LeFew, and a blocking foul will be whistled on Mark Sears. Per minute, they've also gone 0 for 6 during the stretch. Second free throw missed by Georgia. Bama clears it. And up 8, they'll come front court, will the Tide. Philon giving it out to Mo. He'll drive, he'll spin. He'll put it up with a left hand. It won't stay down. Point blank, and it wouldn't stay. And here comes Georgia the other direction. They'll drive to the elbow and then throw it into the low post to Godfrey. Godfrey hits a cutter who missed the dump, and they'll get Mo for the foul.
Combine that with 5 turnovers over the last 5 minutes, and you see why Georgia's getting back in this game.
A lot of iron on that attempt from Newell, but it settled through the net and pulls it back to within 6. 8-0 run for the Dogs, as Brian said. Now Bama throws a lob from Nelson to Sherrill for the flush, and he is in double digits with 10.
That was a great look by Grant Nelson. He was about to throw it to LeBaron Philon in the corner, caught Sherrill out of the corner of his eye, laid it up, and Sherrill threw it down. And
we've got a moving screen whistled on the Dogs. That's going to be on R.J. Godfrey on.
If there's any call that's remotely close, they're going to go to the monitor.
Be on alert site. Here's Bama with the basketball. Philon to Sherrill. Bounce pass at the elbow to Nelson. Throws another lob down low to Sherrill, who catches it, comes back down, spins to his right, shoots, and can't get it to go. Rebound tipped and controlled by Georgia. I think that's the first miss for Sherrill in the game. It is. Dogs work it into the left corner. Demery, he'll drive, misses the runner. Rebound comes right back to him, though, and he lays it in for two. Here comes Sears back the other way. Giving it to Holloway. Back out Nelson, fakes a three. Drives, dishes to Sears. Mark will go underneath the basket, puts it up off the glass and in.
Boy, they are really letting him play. Grant Nelson, I thought, got fouled and maybe an N1 opportunity, but at least Mark Sears able to finish through contact.
Newell from the top of the arc. Three, no good, and a pushing foul on Grant Nelson.
Some physicality on both ends here this afternoon.
Free throw, less than lovely and missed by James, and Bama comes the other way. It's Holloway with it, out to Nelson. Nelson will hand it to Sears. Mark weaving through traffic, gets to the block, kicks it back out. Phylon lets traffic go by, now shoots a fall away, missed it, and the rebound's controlled by Georgia.
LeBaron looked a little out of sync right there, was going to shoot the floater and kind of hesitated, an awkward looking shot.
Foul's going to be whistled on LeBaron as he tried to block the attempt.
South Carolina played some close ball games, but another tough opponent tonight in the SEC with the Aggies.
Georgia has been a 73% free throw shooting team this year. Today, 6 for 10 in the first half. Nelson tried to go inside, picked off by Newell. Newell catch and shoot. And the rebound, Sears wants to push. Sears lost it, and it went off the foot of Sherrill. Dylan James defended by Grant Nelson. 10 to shoot. Newell fighting for the offensive rebound, but stepped out of bounds. If you're Bama, just hang on to the basketball. 11 turnovers. They've turned it over on nearly 35% of their possessions, and there's another one.
And that's caused by the physicality and the ball pressure. You put pressure on the passer, it makes it very difficult to pinpoint that, and an outstanding job by Georgia's defense of not allowing the freedom of movement on the cutters to get an easy basket out of the break.
Still Georgia without a made three. Step back from Montgomery.
High level move there by Deshane Montgomery. And Georgia once again with a little bit more defensive pressure.
And a bump there on the drive by Holloway.
And off the cutters, not giving Alabama any room to operate.
Finally get it into Nelson. Bama in the midst of a 2-minute scoring drought plus. Montgomery went flying, no whistle, and back the other way we go.
Another stop for the Bulldogs.
LeFew. Sears left open. Yes, sir.
There it is, and a great recognition by Aiden Holloway to find the shooter.
That's a nice take. And a whistle late coming from up the floor. Sears has been swarmed all first half by Demery. Just got it into the hands of Nelson. 15 to shoot.
Just look at the defensive pressure from Georgia.
And Stevenson draws a foul on the cut. for a bounce back today after going 0 for 5 with only 1 rebound against Mississippi State. He's given them good minutes in the first half.
And that's a plus for Alabama to get some point production of Jaron Stevenson. He does a lot of really good things on the defensive end, and he's a ball mover on the offensive side. But the point production will be very important from him at that 4 position.
Montgomery at 3. And a nice rebound by Nelson.
Good defensive stand by Alabama. Still gave up an open look, but communicated those screens very well.
And Nelson draws a foul on the drive with the left hand. It's combined between the two teams. Door has been left open for Georgia to close the first half, despite shooting just 27% from the floor. 3 ball. Lawrence finally ends the drought from downtown.
Big shot by the veteran Tyron Lawrence. Stepped into that one with a lot of confidence and was able to stroke it from deep.
Final minute of the first half. Sears with 10. Up and under, and draws a foul. Come from the line, Mark Sears. Big reason for that, the way he gets downhill.
Absolutely. Number 1 in white. Huge on drawing fouls. He's so physical that when you get on his hip, you go for a ride. And when he's able to explode to the rim, he's able to go to the free throw line at a high clip.
May only be listed at 6'1", doesn't play that way. Newell left it short, and a foul. Maybe some frustration here with all the fouls that we've had. And we're checking on that at the moment.
The middle, Alabama has done a really good job of showing bodies and not allowing him to get to his baseline spin. If you're a post player, what you want to do is show a different look, maybe turn and face from the mid-range and see all of the players on the opposite side of the court so you can spot when the trap and the double team is coming. Then operate off of your post moves by facing the basket, and he will get a much higher quality shot.
Okay, so Newell does only have 2 fouls. Dylan James was tagged with his 3rd. And that's good news for Georgia. They hope to get Newell going in the second half, and he'll go to the bench with 2 fouls. 4-second differential between game and shot clock here for the Bulldogs. Demery with 5. Lawrence at 3. And into the hands of Sears. Byline, blocking foul. And Mike White cannot believe it on the Georgia sideline.
For the ball, could have taken a charge, but the reach.
3.5 minutes would determine the game. Alabama has won those in terms of points anyway. Final 2.7 first half. Lawrence across midcourt and did not get it off. And the Crimson Tide end the first half on a 6-0 run. They lead it 39-28. Looking for their 5th straight win in SEC play. Meanwhile, on the other side for Bama, they've gotten a heck of a day from Aiden Sherrill. Career high 10 points in the first half. He begins the second half on the bench.
He's been solid defensively in a reserve position down low as well.
Bama into the first half on a 6-0 run. And that'll help from Godfrey.
It's a really good post up. Georgia loves to establish good position with R.J. Godfrey. He gets them going in the low block, and there he is with a good start to the second half.
Sears to Nelson. Oh, that's great footwork by the second-year transfer from North Dakota State.
And good recognition by Grant Nelson to take advantage of the 2 fouls of Asa Nua, not wanting to pick up a 3rd early on.
Offensive rebound for the freshman. He goes right at Nelson and puts it in.
That's beautiful work. The spin move to go like he was headed baseline under the basket for the reverse. It hit Grant Nelson under the goal, and he finishes on the near side. Phenomenal.
Sears into the teeth of the defense. Looked like he was half lobbing it, half floating it at the rim.
In between the pass and the shot.
Is there an inadvertent whistle there? Might have been. Nonetheless, Blue Cane banks it in off the window.
The shoe squeaking from Blue Cane as he created the space. It's a lot of physicality on both of these teams on the finishes around the basket.
Nelson, there you go, taking advantage of the foul trouble on Asa Newell.
It's the game within the game. You have a veteran taking on a very talented young player picked up too early on. You have to attack them because you'll get easy baskets around the rim.
Georgia was 1 for 10 from downtown in the first half. Meanwhile, Bama 6 for 14 from 3. Remember, they had 15 made threes in their latest win coming into the weekend. And right on cue, Nelson from downtown.
Yeah, they're definitely going at it. Grant Nelson has a rhythm. He's getting it going.
Godfrey, left hand won't go. Well defended by Amori.
I'm Alabama. I'm going right back to Nelson.
Sears takes it all the way, slashing to the cup.
Strong take by Mark Sears.
Blue Cane had to have it. Bama had tied their largest lead of the game at 14 and was on a 7-0 run.
And that's an impressive drive there by Blue Cane, taking on the shot blocker Amori and finishing over the top.
It's a Bama team that's won 4 in a row, including another top 25 win against Mississippi State as Sears flexing in the paint and jawing a little bit with Blue Cane down the floor.
Well, that's an impressive power jump right there by Mark Sears as that matchup's getting physical on the perimeter. Got all the way to the paint and exploded in the air to finish.
Newell. Great spin with the left hand for the freshman.
He did a good job of trying to face up a little, changing the angle to see what he can see before the defense comes over. He recognized Amori was one way and he went the other.
Already doubled the made field goals he had in the first half. 4 minutes into the second frame. Sears doubled, forced it, and the rebound Newell. Georgia in search of its first top 5 win since 2004 against Kentucky. Will have to mount a pretty sizable comeback on the road in Tuscaloosa. Godfrey counted in the foul.
Alabama with a 10-point lead at the moment, but Georgia's R.J. Godfrey at the free throw line converts an and one to make it a 9-point game. Foul line will bring it front court. Works off of a screen, takes it to the wing, hands it off to Sears, top of the circle. Mark crossing over, playing off of a screen from Sherrill, goes down the lane, got fouled.
On the ground, and he'll go to the line for 2, and we will set the line. And I don't blame him for the confusion and the frustration.
Both free throws good. Man, I missed you. 52-41. Bama with a lead, Georgia with a basketball. Silas Demery with a basketball between the circles. A bounce pass right side to Godfrey. Godfrey keeps the dribble alive, then gives it off to Demery. Around left side, they go to Lawrence. Lawrence, low post to Newell. Spinning against Diabate, gets under the bucket, spins back with the right hand. Got it to go, but they blew the whistle first.
And Mo Diabate in Alabama gets the stop.
D with the basketball, looking, still looking, spinning, giving it off to Philon. He'll shoot the 3 and can't get it to drop. Rebound fought for, and Mo tried to save it, but couldn't. It's out of bounds. Touch last by Diabate.
Alabama fans.
52-41. Bama by 11. Georgia with the basketball. Left side with it, Demery throws it into the low post. Facing the bucket is Godfrey, now trying to back up against the Tide's Aiden Sherrill and got the little jump hook to go. So a nice move inside by Godfrey to cut the Bama lead down to 9. Phylon to Diabate. Mo on the drive, had it stripped, scramble on the deck. Mo is there, and they're going to call a foul on Georgia. Brombergs, Tom, thank you very much. Diabate giving it off to Phylon on the inbound. Gives it now to Holloway. Aiden weaves, dishes. Phylon spots up, 3, short. Rebound scrambled, and picking it up will be Georgia initially, and then a tie-up is forced by Mark Sears.
Another one that Georgia had and should have gotten, but because of the effort of Mark Sears, Alabama times it up.
And he got it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Mike White out in the middle of the court, out to half court. And he's been frustrated with the officiating. Didn't like that call, and that was one that was pretty obvious against the Georgia head coach.
Here's what he's claiming.
Foul on the Georgia
and
coach.
I don't know that I can argue a lot with him. He's claiming that that's literally the exact same call from the previous red ball.
Yeah, it really was.
And they called a foul on one. They called a jump ball on the other. And he was determined to get a technical there. He wanted it in to the credit of, as the free throws made by Sears. Jason Baker was trying not to, but it was clear that both understood that Mike wanted the foul and the technical, and he got it. As both free throws are indeed good by Sears on the inbound, and he does just now. LeBaron, quick inbounds to Mo, and he'll throw it home for 2. Bama caught him with a heads turned, and the Tide makes him pay and leads it by 13.
Right underneath, out of bounds play. Mo Diabate all by himself, had a defender on his back, able to rise up and throw it down.
Dogs throw it into the low post to James. James posting up on Mo. Trying to spin left, does, shot is up, it's wild, it's no good. Mo just baited him into that one. Here comes Bama the other way after the Diabate rebound. Up top he goes to Phylon. LeBaron off the screen, driving right, pump fake, lob, tip, no good. Rebound fought for and claimed by Georgia. Here come the Dogs in transition. They'll kick it into the right corner. Spotting up for 3 and missing it was Lawrence, and now Bama runs the other way with Sears. Mark working to the left wing, drives down the lane, kicks it out near side Holloway to Sherrill. Back near side Sears for 3.
Yeah, Mark Sears just has an energy and an edge here in the second half, and felt like that one was going to go down as soon as it left his fingertips. It did, and listen to this Coleman Coliseum crowd.
Lid has been removed with 12:58 to go. Timeout on the floor. Bama, its biggest lead of the day over Georgia.
Mark Sears is dialed in on both ends of the floor here in the second half against the Dogs.
He is getting a breather right now as Youngblood's out there for the Crimson Tide. Georgia with the ball. It's Surreal with it, handing it off to Montgomery. He'll get into the lane, puts up a little teardrop from 6 feet, got it to go. 59-45 Bama. Holloway with it front court. Holloway to Youngblood, had it poked away, stolen. Georgia then beneficiary of a whistle as Youngblood reached out and committed the foul.
It's not a turnover, but because it was just maybe a foot inside of where it should have been, the ball gets deflected and Alabama turns it over again.
Georgia with the ball, Bama a 14-point lead. Santos Surreal handing it off to Kane, who drives, blocked beautifully by Sherrill, and here comes Holloway now with it front court for Bama. Aiden on the drive, fakes a pass, puts it up with the left hand, and got it to go.
So pretty over a couple of 6'10" guys as he lays it up high off the glass with the left hand. Beautiful move by Aiden Holloway.
Surreal handing it off to Montgomery. He'll play off a screen, shoots the jumper from 15, no good. Rebound fought for, claimed by Georgia. They miss a close one. They get it back with Surreal, and his dunk attempt pops out, but he's fouled.
That April 1st, I was thinking that was late March.
So late, it was April 1st, I think. Regardless, I'm more for what you were talking about.
How about playing in April in the real tournament?
In the big tournament.
Although New York was fun. I'm not going to lie.
Both free throws missed. Inside will be Nelson. Gives it off to Holloway. Aiden driving baseline now. A bounce pass to Cliff. Great pass to Nelson. Layup wouldn't go, but he got fouled, or they're going to call basket interference. It's going to be goaltending, not a foul. But count the bucket for Grant Nelson with 11:21 to go, and Alabama now leading at 63-45, which is the biggest advantage of the game for Alabama. Bulldogs with it, front court to our left. Left side, they go to Lawrence. Lawrence to Kane. Kane back to Lawrence, driving baseline. Cut off by Youngblood. He'll circle back out high, giving it off to James. He'll drive inside against Nelson. No good. Rebounded again by Grant. That's going to be his 6th board as Holloway comes the other direction. Holloway to the free throw line. Cut off. Gives it out. Youngblood 3. Bottom.
He has got such a quick and smooth release. Didn't need much space. Let it go and knocks down another 3 for the Tide.
14-2 run over the last 3.5 minutes. Alabama with its biggest advantage at 21. Bulldogs try a 3. It's up and it's good from Deshane Montgomery. And it cuts the lead down to 18. 66-48 Bama with 10 minutes, 17 seconds and ticking time left.
Just Georgia's 2nd 3 of the game, with that make now up to 14% from deep.
Omori with the basketball near wing, hands it off to Nelson. Grant on the drive, looks, throws it away. He's trying to unload it, gives it off, and stolen by Kane, who drives in, missed the layup. Rebound control by the Dogs. Around the horn, they work it to Kane again, far side. His 3 attempt is missed. Rebound tipped into the hands of Nelson after the original deflection from Omori. And now it'll be Sears bringing it front court for the Tide. Mark on the left wing. Looking low, nothing there yet. Spins, looks, bounce pass to Cliff, goes in, shot attempt blocked, and Georgia will come the other way. Kane ahead to Lawrence, goes in, shot is up, no good, but a foul's going to be whistled on Chris Youngblood.
Alabama just wasn't getting there and able to even those up, and Georgia struggling from the line. 2
more misses, another rebound for Aiden Sherrill. He's got 4 boards to go with 10 points. Holloway 3, and man, he is so much fun to watch shooting the rock. 69-48, Bama with 9:09 to go.
He is one of the best shooters in college basketball. I don't think there's any doubt about it. When he's open, lets it fly, you are shocked if it doesn't go in.
Dogs drive in, layup attempt blocked by Mo, but a foul down low is going to be whistled. He just shoots a basketball, and it's practically a layup every time he does it anyway with his incredible skill, as Lawrence makes both free throws, and he'll check out of the game, replaced by Silas Demery. 69-50, Alabama with the 19-point edge with under 9 minutes to play. Holloway playing off of the screen, and a foul's going to be whistled on Georgia. That's going to be on Samto Surreal. 4th team foul on Georgia. They call that one on Demery, not on Surreal, as Holloway tries and misses the 3 near wing. Rebound by Surreal of Georgia. The Dogs will come the other way. I'm shocked that one didn't go in.
I am too. But you know what? It doesn't faze him.
Doesn't. It's a good thing. Dogs throw it down low. Good catch in traffic by Newell. Missed it. Rebound fought for, scrambled, and Sears comes out with it. We got 4-on-1. Sears, the no-look to Mo.
Great job defensively by Bo Diabate. He started the break, and Mark Sears rewards him. Beautiful no-look pass to Mo Diabate for the easy finish.
Taken away by Mo. Gives it ahead Youngblood to Sears. The lob to Chris, who will catch it and go with a reverse layup for 2.
Again, started by who else? Mo Diabate gets the deflection. Ends up on the floor. Alabama with a 2-on-1, and the Tide starting to roll.
And a timeout called by the Bulldogs. 7:57 to go. When we come back, it's all Bama right now, 73-50. Out of the timeout, Youngblood, Sears, Sherrill, Reed, and Philon are the 5 on the floor for Alabama. Georgia will inbound at side court in front of their own bench. They get it into Demery, who will set things up in the man-to-man, or against the man-to-man of Alabama, I should say. LeFew looking low, plays off the screen, dribbles right, gets into the paint, off the wrong leg, puts it up, no good, rebounded Reed, and here comes Bama the other way. Tide looking to add to a 23-point edge. Youngblood going down the lane, runner with the left hand off the window and good.
Boy, the strength of Chris Youngblood. That was a physical drive, took some contact, then initiated a little contact and able to finish off the glass with his left hand.
Demery with the basketball, looking to his right, feeds it off to Kane. He'll try a three, misses it. Rebound is controlled by Georgia. They'll drive into the paint, they'll hand it off, they'll throw a bounce pass, and then the flipped layup is good by Asa Newell. He lost it on the way up and just kind of deflected it into the cylinder, and the Dogs have pulled back to within 23. Here's Sears weaving through traffic. Puts it up, or tried to, had it deflected, and he'll run it down to the corner. Philon thought about a three, instead will keep the dribble going and work to the top of the arc. Got a matchup that he liked, but lost the handle and got it back. Feeds Sears now. Mark with it, going left side. Mark off the window, no good, and the rebound controlled by Godfrey of Georgia. Back the other way is Kane. Puts it up, blocked off the goal, the backboard by Philon, and now Georgia, though, with a steal. They work it to Kane in the right corner. His three is up and good.
Well, I mentioned Georgia. They're not going to go away. They haven't shot it well from three. Blue Kane, one of the best shooters on this Georgia team, got free after the turnover. Darion Reed took a lot of contact, no call. The result, a turnover, and Georgia able to capitalize.
Reed tried to thread the needle there on a bounce pass to Sherrill, but a little bit too much steam on it.
Category of an unforced turnover, which was the story of the first half.
Dogs come the other way, miss a three on the left wing by LeFew, rebounded by Sherrill. That's his sixth at least. Now Holloway weaving through traffic, hands it off to the other Aiden. Now near side will feed it off to Stevenson, trying to back his way down. Double team, the kick into the corner. Three, no good from Reed. Rebound tipped and controlled by the Dogs. They get it front court with Godfrey. Godfrey left side to Kane, and now backing his way down will be Newell. Newell working against Reed into the paint. Spins through, puts it up with the left hand, got it to go.
Two of the top freshmen in the SEC going at it. That was a big-time move by Asa Newell.
Stevenson, near side, three, bottom. Good to see Jaron get another one to go. His second bank first three of the ball game. He's now got 8 points to go with a couple of rebounds in 14 minutes of action. And with 5 minutes and some change to go, Bama leads at 78-57. Georgia trying to throw it down low, and Sherrill's going to get called for the reach.
This possession, hopefully that'll continue to give him confidence on that end of the floor.
Sherrill and Reed check out as Amori and Nelson come in, but a three is made in the corner by Georgia to cut it to an 18-point game. Inside Holloway, a bounce pass to Amori. Nice reverse layup for two.
Nice pass from Aiden Holloway. Cliff Amori with a strong move at the rim.
Dogs hurry the other way. Godfrey kicks it left side to Lawrence. Lawrence into the low post to Newell. Faces the basket from 15 against Nelson. Gets into the paint. Spins left and right, then right again. Shot is up and good. Patience, strength, skill as well from Newell, resulting in another bucket. And he's got 16 points. Bama throws a lob. It's batted away from Amori and goes out of bounds. Such Dogs get it front court with Demery to the top of the circle. Newell dribbles right, hands it off. Lawrence. Lawrence back right side, Demery. Demery will pick it up, feed it out high to Lawrence. Back to Demery right wing, into the low post now to Newell. Newell backing his way down to the block. Poked away from him by Nelson. Shot clock's at 4 as they try one from the right wing for three. It's missed by Demery, and the rebound Nelson. Outlet pass goes to Holloway. Aiden into the front court, crosses over, gets underneath, plays through contact and gets the reverse layup to go.
Well, he is so good, obviously shooting the ball, but much improved, taking it to the basket. Beautiful reverse lay-in with the left hand.
Holloway now with 10 points for Alabama. Tide leading it by 20 with 3:18 to go. They'll drive and kick into the corner. Newell for three, missed it. Rebounded by Amori for Alabama, and for Cliff, that'll be rebound number 9 for him to go with 4 points. Holloway in the paint, the handoff to Cliff. He'll drive in, he'll lay it up, count it, and he is fouled. An and one opportunity upcoming for Clifford Amori. 6 points on the day, misses the free throw, but the long rebound, he rebounds his own. Deep three, Holloway wouldn't go, and the rebound fought for. Knocked out of bounds, touched last by Georgia.
Opportunity.
Holloway to inbound it for the baseline, throws it in, and a reach is going to be called.
Potentially number 3 in the country, maybe as high as number 2 when the polls come out next week.
Bama gets it to Nelson. Nelson to Sears, top of the arc, driving left, going downhill. Stops on a dime, kicks it back out. Holloway, 6 to shoot. Sears on the wing at 5. At 4, Sears down the lane at 2. I don't know how he got that ball up. It went through the bottom of the basket, and they're going to call a shot clock violation.
It was a strange offensive possession. Alabama ended up with 2 points on Cliff Amori.
Driving in, they'll miss a shot because of the 5th block of the game by Nelson. It was Godfrey who had it blocked by Grant. Again, 5 blocks on the night for him. Outside to Sears, he'll go baseline. He'll drive in, he'll lay it up and in for 2. And man, the explosiveness. Not the tallest guy on the floor, but he can jump.
He can. Again, the jump stop, playing off 2, able to finish at the rim. Mark Sears with a big second half.
Dogs work it to the baseline. They'll get the layup to go from Demery. A little floater with the right hand. And it's 86-64. Nelson trying to split defenders. Had it stripped, got it back, and then got fouled.
Well, when you've got extended practice time, because you know that the coaches, but Alabama's come out and taken care of business here at home.
Have indeed, as the free throws are good by Nelson, and he'll be replaced by Mad Max. Max Skarnowski into the game for the Crimson Tide, a crowd favorite. The walk-on in his 5th year out of Elgin, Illinois. And the Crimson Tide, a comfortable 88-64 lead with 95 seconds to go. Dogs drive in. Stevenson blocks the layup attempt.
Knocked down a couple threes in this game, and Alabama continues to block shots at a high level.
Free throw up and missed by Georgia's Dylan James, and they're going to call a lane violation, I believe, on the Dogs, or is that a rebounding foul? It's a rebounding foul. 10 minutes. Front end of the 1-and-1 up and good.
And
yeah.
I projected he was on pace
For 40.
for 40.
You were slightly off. Barely.
A little off, but he was definitely on track at that point.
Hits both free throws. He's got a dozen to go with 7 rebounds of the game, and Bama leads at 90-64 as the free throw is missed, and then the rebound is caught by Surreal, and he'll throw it home to make it a 90-66 ball game. Bama inbounds it. Max had it for a second, then gave it back up to Stevenson. Jaron drives, dishes to Max, who will go down the lane. He'll stop. He'll look. He'll find Sherrill for another 3. That one's just short. It was dead on, but didn't go down. Just the 2nd miss of the field today for Sherrill. Dogs lose the handle, get it back, kick it into the corner. LeFew misses. Rebound control by the Dogs, and then they get Philon.
Happened. The Crimson Tide has played pretty well here.
2nd free throw missed. Rebounds tipped, batted around, and Georgia controls. Lawrence will throw it in the middle, and throwing it home is Dylan James to make it a 90-69 ball game with just 32 seconds left to play in this one. Nate Oates, I would imagine, wants to run something to get Max Skarnowski an opportunity. Philon with the dribble out near center court. Philon being loosely defended by LeFew. Driving right, Philon kicks it in the corner. Sherrill back to Philon. Philon will let fly from 3. No good. Rebound fought for. Controlled by the Dogs with 1 second, and they will not shoot it. The game will end, and it's 90-69. Bama, and strike up the band. tied with a victory, improves now on the year to 19-3. The Dogs fall to 15-7. They're 3-6 in the league. Bama sits at 8-1.
Chris Stewart with Nate Oates.
Coach, congratulations. Another tough game, but another good win for your squad, 90-69.
Yeah, not one of our better games, particularly on the offensive end. You know, with 20 turnovers, it's not how we want to play. But I thought the defensive effort outside the first 4 minutes of the second half, which we've had an issue with, and we got to figure that out a lot better. Outside of those 4 minutes, I thought our defensive effort for the majority of this game was pretty good. I mean, you know, if they're leading scorers, Mason Newell, who's a very good player. I mean, he hit his season average at 16, but, you know, he's 6 of 15 from the floor. I thought, you know, outside of a couple times he gave him deep catches, I thought we forced him in some tough shots, and he missed. So, you know, defensively, they only shoot 36% from the floor, and we shoot 53. You know, that's how we got better shots when we got shots. You know, right. To score 90 with turning it over 20 times, like, we better get quality shots. We went to the free throw line, made our free throws, 19 and 23 at the line. They were 11 and 23, so we're +8 there on the same attempts. And then we got better shots than they did. We have to figure these turnovers out, though. That's been a problem at various times, and we got figured out.
Coach, you had players with more points and with more rebounds, but the stretch that you got in the first half from Aiden Sherrill, great to see him have the success, but also big for your team at a time you really needed it.
Yeah, no, I thought he was great. Defensively, I thought he was good. You know, we kind of try to tell these guys, like, you just buy into doing the right stuff, kind of lose yourself in the game, if you will, and offense will just flow. I mean, we know he can shoot. We chart everything all, all summer, fall, every practice. I mean, he shot 40% throughout the summer and fall from three and live drills and practice. So, whatever his percent was coming into this game, we know it wasn't great, but he shouldn't hesitate ever to take a three. So, we end up going 11 of 26, which 42% is a lot better than what we had been shooting, and he goes 2 of 3. So, happy with, most of our guys' performance from three.
Also, bigs for you in addition to Sherrill. Cliff goes 6 points, but 11 rebounds, Coach, and then Grant with 16 points, 10 boards. He also had, I think, 5 block shots in the ball game as well.
Yeah, I thought he played hard. I mean, he had some dumb turnovers we can't have, but I thought his effort was where it needed to be for the most part. He did a pretty good job on Asa for outside of that first 4 minutes of the second half. For most of the game, I thought he kind of, caused problems with him. So, I thought a lot of our guys played hard. I was happy our depth showed up. We were able to play 10 guys, double-digit minutes, and, I thought we wore them out a little bit there in the second half.
A combination of Sears and also Holloway, Coach. I think they give you 30 points, 11 assists, and there probably a couple more turnovers than you'd like to have seen from Mark in the first half. But, again, that position, another example of the depth and incredible talent you've got.
Yeah, those guys are two of the better guards in the country. As far as pass, dribble, shoot. Sears, he's being aggressive. He's playing super hard. He obviously can't turn the ball over 6 times like he did tonight, but I thought his overall effort was as good as it's been all year, which we had a .88 on defense. So, and his, you kind of look at him, he's plus 16. Everybody else that had plus minus in his range were all off the bench because our starters gave up the, bad start to the second half. So, when he was in the game, I thought we were better, even though he had all 6, those 6 turnovers. I thought his effort was pretty good.
Coach, we always talk about what's next before we let you go, and the great news is that what's next is nothing as far as an opponent until this time next week.
Yeah, it's nice. We'll be off tomorrow, come in Monday and Tuesday, and just try to really clean up little things that we've got to get better at, get kind of looking forward into the second Cabot Conference play that maybe on a normal week when you're prepping for some team every time you're on the floor, you can't do. So let's try to get ourselves better on Monday, Tuesday, and then let's lock into the Arkansas Scout on Thursday. We'll give them Wednesday off, and hopefully we come back fresh, ready for this stretch run. I think we got the toughest second half in the league. I mean, 5 road games, 4 home games, got to play Auburn twice. I think we're at Tennessee. Missouri's only a game behind us. We're at Missouri. Road games at Arkansas, Texas. So it's tough. Florida, one of the better teams in the league. We get them at home. So we've got a lot of really good games left. We don't have – there's no easy games in the SEC. There certainly isn't any easy ones on our schedule in the back nine. So we get these guys rested, clean some stuff up and be ready to go a week from today.
Thank you for the time and congratulations again.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it. Roll Tide.